We are back, and it's time to go into our final series of the evening. It is a classic clash of two cataclysmic teams. We've got the Dynasty versus the Infernal, or at least, well, we would have said that in the past. The Dynasty have had their ups and downs for sure this season, but more recently, they have been looking a bit more on the up and up.
Soul Bomb number 2. That's right, baby. I'll look at the Seoul Dynasty team first. We got Void in. That answers our big question, which is, what is the tank substitution going to be? We've seen both Balestria play and Void play. They swap in to go between the Jungle Queen for Void, then also the Orisa for Balestria. That's typically been the look so far. The last time these two teams played, it did not go close. Seoul Infernal 3-0'd them. I believe that was in the regular season. The only other time they played this year, where both teams have been representing Seoul, is at the start of the year. It was the first match, I think the first match and one of the last matches of the regular season here. And 1-1 the scoreline. Seoul Infernal, though, despite being generally the much better team so far this season, when we see the roster, Achilles, we've got to discuss the fact that there is a very significant change to the team. And I wonder if Seoul Dynasty get a bit of practice in there. They got past Impreza. Can they take down Seoul Infernal while their roster is having, you know, the swap up that we need to discuss and address? This is the prime opportunity for Dynasty to get one over the Infernal.
That it certainly is. Obviously, some big Dynasty fans here. I don't think that there is any ambiguity about what those signs say for the most part, as you can see the jersey being worn there by the fans in the crowd. But now let's go ahead and once again dive into the video and take a look at the Seoul Infernal. There he goes.
Dude feels like this needs to be rescued, and indeed it does.
Look at how aggressive he's able to get right now. Everybody's dropping.
And it is just a field day for Zest. Oh my god.
MS3 has other plans, though. MS3 has other plans, though.
And there they are. Obviously, somebody who's going to be missing from the video is going to be the newest addition here in Hyunjae, being moved up. Please fix it.
And to answer the question, what happened to Fixer? Unfortunately, he suffered an injury to his hand, pretty legitimate injury as well. He had to go and get, I believe, some emergency surgery on it to ensure that he wasn't going to have any long-term effects. But essentially, the recovery time rules him out for the rest of the season. So Fixer's gone for the rest of the season. He can no longer play for the rest of the season. He needs to recover for something like 3 months to make sure that his hand is going to be all fine. He's talked about a little bit more in depth through his own socials and his own streams, whatever. So if you want to find out, you know, the deep dive story, you can get it through there. But essentially, for medical reasons, yeah, he can't play for the rest of the season. So Hyunjae needs to step in. He's got to step up big. Hyunjae last seen on SBG, who had a reasonable run. You know, I'm not going to lie. SBG did lose to the Seoul Dynasty, though, in their most recent game. They got knocked out. It was a 2-3. They actually maybe even nearly got that over the Seoul Dynasty, but couldn't quite do it. And this is Hyunjae's first time on an Overwatch League roster. Previously, if you're a real old head like me, you'll remember Hyunjae as the main support partner to Irony when they were both on Bilibili Gaming way back when.
It was a very, very long time ago, as you say, but we'll take a little zoom in here, as Genji has been kind of scattered around in the meta between Prophet and Zest.
And Zest has mostly been playing the game. I think Prophet's played a few more other heroes. We haven't seen as much Prophet just primarily sticking onto the Genji. You know, Prophet's played the Sim. I think we've even seen him on the Torb as well. So he's had a bit more of a varied kind of look. And we even had the discussion before where, you know, it feels like for the first time in a while, Seoul Dynasty, I think the last time this applies to when Prophet was playing Brig during the Summer Showdown meta last year, but Prophet's in more of a supportive role. He's not the primary carry. Easy Han's doing most of the work on the bashing here, as we discussed that Edison was doing in the field as well. So Prophet's had to take kind of a bit of a backseat, but he does still bring out the Genji. If we're going to see the Jungle Queen matchup, which Void is in, and Mag has also played a decent amount of Jungle Queen so far, it could actually be a mirror. It will be Prophet versus this on the Genjis.
Could come up Zest, see how he's going to be faring in this one. Like you said, has been playing a lot more of the Genji compared to pretty much anybody else in the region at the moment. But the last time out, it didn't instill too much confidence. Was very much getting punished at every twist and turn. It felt like every single time he was pulling out his Dragon Blade was just shut down instantly. So there's a lot to live up to here as far as the expectations are concerned, because last showing did not instill too much confidence. But we'll have to see, as once again we are going to be on good old Lijiang Tower to begin.
Was Mag going to do it? Is he going to pull out the Rhine? I don't mind it. I think the Rhine into the Junk Queen is actually a really good matchup. But, you know, is Mag going to be the guy to get it done? Possibly. This isn't the London Spitfire. He's going to lock it in.
Okay.
I mean, you know Void's definitely for the Junk Queen, so you know you can force a matchup.
And precisely what you're going to be getting on the opposite side here is MN3 receiving a bit of pressure. Now just going to be going into that tank form and instantly finds EasyCon. Immortality kill is going to be set up here as well to try to keep them alive. Prophet eventually will be able to come away with one, but Mag takes him down, and now it's just Void left standing, as well as Krillin just kind of contained here in the back rooms, trying to stay alive as best they possibly can, but eventually they will fall. The cleanup comes through as Zest collects the final two. Cap on the point can come in.
Really good opening pick there from MN3, getting Easy Hunt down. I didn't even know that was the opening pick, but it was the most important kill. You win the Bastion trade, you saw the Bastion on your side, you're heavily outdamaging the other team here. With Mag holding up shield, I mean, this is part of the reason why the Rhine is good in this matchup. You can just defend your Bastion behind a shield where the other team can't. However, Hyunjae, our newest member of the Infernal, does get picked.
Yeah, found a nice kill beginning of the last fight. Does get taken down here first and foremost. That's as well now going to fall as EasyCon gets revenge, takes him out. This gives Krillin some much needed opportunity to try to build up towards that window here. But now Pop comes in. Skewed, look at this, set the pace, look at the try to turn the tides of this fight. And so far it is working a treat as Vinham was also going to take it down to the back end of the fight. Mag rushing forward, just looking to occupy some space. Window still committed in here. Krillin making the call is that they can try to turn the fight, and turn the fight they shall. EasyCon comes up with two, Void finds one. Now Zest's going to be taken out, and it's just going to be victory snatched away here from the side of the Seoul Infernal.
Yeah, at Matrix, Bastion go Burr moment is always viable. The Seoul Dynasty pull through. Big moment there for Easy Hunt and Krillin to pull that through together. And they're actually leading the point capture here as well. So positive signs for the Seoul Dynasty. Still some ults on board. Prophet being 20% behind Zest is not ideal, because I think Photon Barrier is going to be a pretty decent difference maker here. At least nothing from Infernal really blocks the Rampage from Void, so maybe that could be a turnaround moment.
Artillery out. This is a Photon Barrier. Mag now. Shatter at the ready. Rampage across, managing to connect on the 3. MN3 getting taken lower and just cannot get sustained. Ends up falling. That comes away with one though. Prophet going to be eliminated. Now Zest managing to find Vinham. The Shatter still going to be held. TP set up. Just continuing to hold this one, thinking that he doesn't need it here for the fight. The foot comes in, now drops the hammer. Void getting put down onto the ground. The turret from Zest going to be able to finish him off. EasyCon re-arriving, trying to find something, some way to try to break things open, but now he's in a bad spot and needs to teleport to get out.
And so much of that was unfortunately not clean for the Seoul Infernal, because Hyunjae was too far behind on the sound barrier. He died a little bit early. We saw in a previous fight. It's picked out early, a little bit slow on the sound barrier charge. Can't block out Void's Rampage, so a lot of pressure on the Infernal lineup because basically everyone gets caught. Mag has to shatter there. I think it's a worthy shatter. You need to get rid of Void to cap.
Answering artillery, a push back there over to try to intercept Zest. They put him down a half, but TP's away. Mag going to be taken out, but not before he sends EasyCon, I believe, off the side of the map. Does manage to trade up, so 2 for 1. Front line still broken down. A chance to try to inch their way forward here onto the point, but them and MN3 feeling confident playing this far forward. Hyunjae sending Krillin down into the koi pond below. Yeah, that's going to put a stop to it. So lead is going to be taken away here from the side of the Infernal.
Yeah, you see that Hyunjae was going for Void there as well, but got TP bailed out by Prophet. And I was thinking, you know, as well, does Seoul Infernal just want to pressure the last 3 players out and hunt them down? But Prophet can always come in and TP them out, so Seoul Infernal play that one safely. MN3, gotta be careful.
Window for window. The game of chicken. Photon Barrier comes up to try to keep that one protected as well. Pull back around the corner. On the artillery nearly online, could be instrumental in trying to push their way forward here onto the point. And forcing out like something like the sound barrier. If somebody's going to be in a bad spot and can't get away from it, would be huge. But TP's going to be set up. They go for the rush play. They're rushing around the corner, just trying to get on top of this Bastion.
They want
manage to find him, but now the barrier is there. Vinham trying to bail him out. EasyCon still down low. Immortality field dealt with. EasyCon going to be taken down. Hyunjae finding that kill. Vinham as well going to be traded as MN3 manages to get that nade across. 5 men strong here for the side of the Seoul Infernal, still pushing back. Hyunjae finds himself a second kill as Void will fall in the fight, and Prophet is denied the TP out. Hyunjae is actually popping the hell off and that's going to be OT bleeding down for the Seoul Infernal to take the first round. Gardens is theirs.
Yeah, multiple final blows there, but specifically onto Easy Hunt that needed to be the frag, and Seoul Infernal taking the game within their own hands. As you already saw Zest use the photon barrier early, Seoul Dynasty can wait it out. It wasn't quite final fight yet. We were still hovering on the 80% mark. And then once we get towards final fight, Seoul Dynasty, they can freely push on forward. That's why you gotta make a play happen, TP in, and take down the most important members, as we see some of the earlier moments here. And this was the Easy Hunt Krillin. I think right after Easy Hunt Krillin clutch Noah was that a little bit.
Yeah, it was that fight.
So good from Seoul Infernal MN3, but then right after that they do lose. We'll run back to the same comps again. Zest on a May this time.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you need the Sim personally. I don't know that the May's going to bring enough to the table compared to the Sim in terms of how useful TP is in this matchup and this meta generally.
So just wait and see how he's going to be piloting this one, but obviously slow going. Inside track from Dynasty was there, just giving the Sim TP right off the rip. Infernal didn't opt in to try to have somebody go for a swap, just given the May itself is quite slow and tend to going to be taken down easy on. We'll get a bit of revenge there. The nade bouncing forward, catching Lucio and giving Vinheim a chance at a bit of a lead now as they go pushing up. Off it down to 75. Still sets up for the TP play and has them crowd into the side room, and this is a really rough spot to be in here for the side of the Infernal. Magno taking that dash across, charging his way out to safety. It's like the punish is not going to be found.
I mean, how do Infernal enter this? It's not like they can just make an aggressive play with TP because they lack that. They also can't contest the mobility of the Seoul Dynasty, where Dynasty can just go to the high ground as they are now, far behind on roll toms except for the window. But Seoul Dynasty, they don't have to face the window. They can just play at different angles instead.
Oh, MN3 reading the flank though. Gets the catch, falls in.
Gets caught.
And Zest off on the flank there at stairs, managing to find the shot. They take down Easy Hunt. Now Krillin going to be eliminated as well. Decent opportunity now for the flip here for the side of the Seoul Infernal to get themselves on board. 9% built up, made going to be going wide, but MN3 just 12% away from that artillery now, and the Blizzard's online.
And how are Dynasty so split though? Like, you could, Easy Hunt seemed to be on an island for some reason. Like, really, I would have expected Seoul Dynasty to stack a little bit harder there, because you have to put full effort into pocketing Easy Hunt.
Barrier in TP set up here for the high ground. Easy Hunt spamming away. Immortality field set up for him. His Prophet going to be able to collect 2 kills, but now Mag and MN3 answering back with 1 apiece. Artillery onto the point. Looking for the hunt, looking for the chase. Prophet again, TPing himself now up onto the high ground to try to stay alive. And Mag is going to be forced back. Only 24% was built up here onto the point. Scoot is going to fall. Mag taken down. Sound barrier was used a bit aggressively here for the side of the Seoul Dynasty to really confirm the fight victory, but they've already been in control and now move up past 50.
Now Zest comes through from the swap. Yeah, Seoul Infernal just realized it should have been obvious, but you need the Sim here. The May does not bring enough to the table. You're getting out-rotated. You're getting out, you know, moved mobility-wise through the entire map. The only thing that's been going okay for Seoul Infernal is that MN3 has actually killed Easy Gun a couple of times, and MN3 continue getting these first bloods.
Down, but look at that artillery fire. Just setting it up, I believe, on the high ground, or maybe just below when they drop down onto the point itself. Either way, easy cleanup for Easy Han as he comes away with 3 of those eliminations, and it looks like we're going to be going the distance with Night Market on the horizon, because Dynasty are now in final fight territory, and Mag is still waiting to respawn.
I think Void probably could have saved the rampage there and just delayed the Seoul Infernal death slightly longer, stagger them out. Want to min-max that, but also having the extra ultimate for the final fight. It's not quite over yet because Shatter is free here, catches 2. They can't get the kill, so
yeah,
can
catches
they?
2, and they managed to find him in the end. Okay, MN3 and Zest.
All right.
Get on top of them, they find those eliminations. The flip is there, in control for the time being, and Zest just finished the job here, taking down Easy Hunt. So an extended team kill. It's on their own bastion, but now in control, but they need to hold it all the way up to 100.
That's the other thing about this matchup between Ryan and Junkoin is the Shatters will give you almost guaranteed value, nothing to block the Shatter at all, unless the Photon Barrier from Prophet is available, which it will be very soon, and that's a powerful way to get yourself back on the point. It's going to be hard for the Seoul Infernal to deal with.
What a Shatter block.
He's got it. Krillin's got a window as well.
The back away, MN3 gets himself into a safe position. The pin comes through. Mag finding Prophet. Photon Barrier committed to the fight. Now the window going to be coming through as well. Scoot nearly ripped to shreds, managing to break line of sight and stay alive, hiding back behind that screen. Answering Photon Barrier now out from Zest as well, but yeah, I mean, nothing was found off the back of the window. Easy Hunt just could not get a position.
That's a disaster for Seoul. They had all the advantage. They had the Photon Barrier, window bastion, into turret mode, and they just couldn't find any targets. Yo, Seoul Dynasty letting the game slip through their fingers a little bit.
Very well may have. Windows set up. MN3 has to back up a little bit more. It's going to play into that one. It does delay the Dynasty. Gets the Infernal back up now to 90%. Looking to steal this one away. Beat at the ready here from Midheim. Void 30% away.
Maybe
from
just
having
tempo
that
beat.
hold on line, but Void is just getting taken down.
Void!
MN3 finds him. The beat is way too late from Midheim to try to save him. Krillin now in the line of fire. Immortality field cannot be cleared out here by MN3 up onto the high ground. Still looks for a little bit more. Krillin finding one. Gets taken down by MN3, but Easy Pop also finds Gunjay, so it's supportless right now inside of the Seoul Infernal. Mag, another shatter, just 14% away. Can he somehow build this one up, or will he get pressured out? Looks like it's going to be the latter. TP up onto the high ground for the escape. The flip coming back through here from the side of the Dynasty. OT forced out, but now somebody needs to go for the touch. Artillery looks to clear the way. Gunjay goes forward, gets that tag in. Profit over onto the Genji, though. Helps kill off MN3, who dies to his own nade. Mag back down on the low ground.
Mag needs a shatter.
Beautiful stun. It is still to the point!
No one goes there. They're 4 alive, unfortunately, but no one got there.
Oh, dear.
There was a shot, even 4v5. Like I said, man, the
That shatter
shatters are
coming
free. Hyunjae sound barrier. I could see the Seoul Infernal pulling it through in Dynasty. To be honest with you, Dynasty probably should have won the round anyway, but man, they had a couple of tragic moments there where they just couldn't connect damage from Easy Khan. The windows wasn't getting them value. Void somehow just dying right before the sound barrier. You know, I was thinking the whole time, like, this should be a tempo beat fight. Vindime was thinking about it as well. Probably just thought a little bit too long because Void melts before his eyes. 4-man beat. At least keeps the Seoul Dynasty still in long enough that Void comes back on a Doom. And Mag just couldn't build the shatter in time, and Seoul Infernal didn't end up touching.
Well, we'll see if they're going to be able to shake that disappointing finish of the round off. Focused up and back into this one. Okay, very aggressive TP forward. Good push to the side though, and then 3 bounce, breaking that line of sight, and now Dynasty have the inside track to the point itself. Big disconnect, just not allowing them to find value off of that execution.
It's not the worst thing in the world to be the team coming through the front main. Oh, they just got a team straight to the back. Did somebody get booped? No, they're fine.
In the back with
Vindime caught.
Oh, in a really bad spot. While riding his way out, jumps up, opens up the fire strike, and somehow stays alive. Crisp movement there from him.
Look at Skew's ult.
This and also has a big advantage over top of Gunjay as far as the ult is concerned. Void, however, overstepping. The TP was cleared out very swiftly, and he just gets stranded. Offered up here to the members of the Infernal. Been desperately trying to make something happen, trying to find a move off the center of the map, but instead he's just going to be met with a hammer to the face. It's taken down. And it's a fairly fast flip here into the Infernal's favor.
Yeah, they must have broken the TP early because only half the team ended up going through the TP.
The insta-focus.
And that's tragic for the Dynasty. So, really cheap fight for the Infernal because in normal circumstances, Skewed would have had the ult to get that fight win. And he had Window up and ready well before Krillin. Now, they'll have it at the same time, but that's still decent for Infernal. They get to have at least equal ultimates. Mag can also always hold shield at least for a while before it gets broken.
Okay, window for window, with Profit taken down. MN3 tucks away behind the wall for a beautiful moment, sends out the nade, just trying to get last little vestige of value. Is artillery for artillery going to be committed? Looks like MN3 may be giving his life for the cause here, but actually no, it's not going to get touched by any of those shots. Nor will anybody on the side of the Infernal, successfully just piloting away from that one. They once again get themselves into the back of the point.
Just gonna
That's
like
like
for Dynasty
gameplay.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Profit going Genji early. This is going to impact their ability to get around them, especially for Void as well. You need mobility to get the Junker Queen in. Because you don't get to just sit there eating damage like a Ryan can just hold up a shield. It's very different for Mag. Now, can they do enough with this one sound bet which Hyunjae matches? They have to wait out the wall. They can't even fight this yet. Just have to wait.
Just have to play this one patiently, but time is dwindling. Infernal are getting closer and closer, 25% away from the win now.
Vindime cannot get shattered. He has to save whoever shattered with the speed.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Mortality field sent out. Mag actually sent to the grave. Void with the axe gets a 2-for-1 special. Zest gets taken down as well. Now they rush right back into the remaining members of the Infernal. They clean them up. Very nicely done. Absolute perfection from the side of the Dynasty. Not losing a player in that fight. Now they gain control. 92% set up here for the side of the Infernal, though.
I don't even think Infernal needed to get aggressive. Like, you know Dynasty are coming in, and Dynasty have no TP. Infernal actually overplayed there. If they just played that patiently instead of going for some aggressive TP play, Dynasty would have walked into a shatter. They had to go through a choke, and Infernal are well more advantaged there. So I think Infernal made a mistake.
Window set up to try to counteract this time, but there's pressure on either side, so Easy Han has to turn back. Rush forward, Mag trying to get on top of him with a quick cancel on the charge, but ends up falling. Still going to be a 1-for-1 as Void dashes across. The Rampage goes in, finds monstrous value. Prophet can scoop up the remaining kills. It's yet another team kill found here for the side of the Dynasty. We're looking to take this map.
And now Prophet can maybe try and... Well, I think the Blade comes through pretty cleanly here. You just have to get past the Immortality field and should be home safe. No more support ultimates available. Nothing to really contest you. Infernal, no ultimates. Now, Infernal got time to build some ultimates. Prophet actually nearly got tapped there. That would have been really bad. That could have been map right then if Prophet dies, so he has to be really careful. It's Easy Han looking for a flat. No, he's just trying to find a safe place to barrage down this artillery.
Artillery with the Blade just to try to really cause some chaos. And then Free's going to end up falling, but Vinheim is the cause on the opposite side. But Easy Han managing to find Zest. Prophet now going to be gone, but skewed. It's taken down as well. 3 members still strong, a support alive in the mix here for the side of the Dynasty with Vinheim joining. It's going to be them holding. Now, final fight for either side. Infernal, they need to get a touch. Hyunjae trying to spot his position. Looks like he's right here with the rest of the team. As Vinheim looks to bodyguard this one. Can anyone even get there in time? I don't know.
TP.
Yep, TP. Okay, they managed to touch down. They get themselves into the point. Now Vinheim has to make his exit. Easy Han gone. Red carpet can be opened up from him in 3, and that's exactly going to be the play. Just looking to make the front of this point completely unassailable here for the side of the Dynasty. Damage not really going to be found as Void can be collected into the corner. Around the backside goes Prophet, looking to apply some flank pressure, being dealt with there by Hyunjae, just trying to keep him honest.
Void low.
The Mortality field going to be taken care of. Void going to be taken down. Hyunjae under fire, dead. Easy Han comes away with the elimination. Right now, this fight is anybody's. The next couple kills are going to be the tell-all sign. The point still occupied. Infernal in control. OT starting to bleed down. Krillin, the window available, sets this one up. Today rush in from Skewed. Krillin going to be taken down. MN3 is looking to find the eliminations. The Deflection's already been used by Prophet. He's low on HP. He's got no way to get himself into the point. And MN3 clicks another one. As Easy Han's going to be taken down. Void pushed off the point. They cannot jump back in fast enough. A fantastic charge there from the side of Mag. And a confirm on the map win for the side of the Infernal.
And Hyunjae's first map win on the Infernal as well. As to remind everybody of the stakes for this match, if Infernal win by any measure, if they simply beat the Dynasty, they get the qualification. That's it. No ifs, buts, nothing else. Dallas gets dropped into play-ins. Dynasty, well, they already get dropped into play-ins. O2 Blast, they're just playing for funsies tomorrow. So Infernal want this badly, and they want to prove that they can do this. They're still strong, even without Fixer. And for map 1, losing 1 round there, but otherwise, still looking like good old Infernal.
All right, well, some scary scenes and some very back and forth gameplay between the two squads. We can only hope that that is going to continue through each and every map type that we get to see here in this series. Dynasty map pick as we get ready to go to hybrid. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back. We're just one map into this final series of the evening. The Infernal narrowly got away with a win on Lijiang Tower. Go ahead and best the Dynasty in the opening bout. But now the Dynasty have their map pick as we get ready to go over into Hybrid to see if they can pick up the win there, as there's quite a few fans here to show some support.
I see the Infernal banner down bottom as well. So definitely one of the Seoul teams getting that love, as Infernal do lead 1-0 as well.
A lot of Hyunjae fans
as mentioned
as well.
previously. Oh, Hyunjae, yeah, I see the SPG stuff in there. It's a big game for Hyunjae. I mean, Hyunjae, he got eliminated versus the Seoul Dynasty. Now he gets another shot versus the Seoul Dynasty, and for all the marbles as well. As a reminder, Infernal win this straight to playoffs. No ifs or buts. Valtteri now coming in for Void, playing against his old team. And he does often get subbed in for map 2s. Playing that Orisa. It's going to be Eichenwalde, by the way, and I'll mention that so I can start talking about it. But we saw some really pristine Valtteri Orisa on Eichenwalde when they played up against Guangzhou Charge in the lower bracket. And yeah, I think the good thing about the Seoul Dynasty in this particular meta is they can play most of the important looks. You got Void for the Junk Queen. You got Valtteri to play the Orisa. Really, there's not much more you need to do beyond that. You can play the Genji look from Prophet. You can play the other stuff. You can do the Sim Bastion stuff as well with Easy Harm Prophet. You can play the Torb if you need to. I think the Torb is maybe slightly now shifting out of the meta. I'm seeing less and less Torb across the board as everyone realizes, no, Sim Bastion's a little too strong. So and that's when we saw in Lijiang as well. When you start seeing teams swapping off the Sim, I'm getting worried, because you're just losing so much utility. And often I think the teams that swapped off the Torb, swapped off the Sim, looked weaker.
Alrighty, well, like you said, Eichenwalde going to be the next map that we get to see. We'll see if that can be the staging ground here for a turnaround, because I mean, Valtteri has definitely had some, I mean, much like the rest of the squad, some better performances as of late. He's been right there alongside of him. And then Orisa has been looking rather clean from him, so we'll see how they fare going into their map pick. See whether or not the Infernal can get the upset and take the stage with a match point beginning here to this series. Pressure got to be mounting, because I feel like Dynasty definitely got to be feeling like they let that one get away from themselves.
A little bit. I think Dynasty definitely made some big mistakes. We could even argue, you know what? There's a world where that could have been a 2-0 for Infernal as well, because Control Center, no one from Infernal touched, kind of a C9 moment, and they had an opportunity to actually close things out then and there. There were moments where Dynasty were legitimately ahead as well. I think there were more moments where Dynasty were ahead and they kind of whiffed, let the lead slip through their fingers. And that's a double-edged sword in conversation, because it's like, on one hand, that's pretty bad, but on the other hand, it's like, well, they were ahead, which means they know how to get ahead, which means they can definitely be in a position to win. And the 2-1 scoreline would say that. So, see what they can do now on the Orisa instead.
Alrighty, well, we'll get ready to jump into this one and see just how good these initial defenses are going to be and what everyone's going to be running as we go ahead and take a look. And it looks like Mag, for the time being, might be content to stick with the Reinhardt.
Sounds good.
Maybe the Orisa, I don't know.
Struggle a little bit versus the Echo. I mean, last time we just saw, I'm pretty sure Mag just plays Junker Queen here, so he's really shifted around. I've been watching the Hardy VODs as he's like, you know what, London will force us every. You know what, London went to map 5 versus Houston. They just forced the Rhine everywhere. So you know, we're gonna do that too.
I'll push up my glasses and say actually, because I for one am very happy to see the Reinhardt here from Mag, because this was the hero that he made a name for himself on all the way back in Contenders. He was looking like, at that time, even with the Overwatch League going on, potentially in contention for the best Reinhardt in the world.
He had that one game on Nepal versus Fearless as well that I remember, that one infamous game. So there's that.
Man has
Washington days.
He's definitely done his time when it comes down to playing that Ryan. TP aggressively forward here. MN3 going to be bailed out by that Immortality Field. Good damage dealt, but cannot confirm the kill. Clear that out, and it's just a little bit of a changing of positions here as Dynasty pulled back over to the point. Continue to play this one defensively. Now Zest again looking for the setup, but already Skewed going to be taken down. Prop with the sticky bombs, able to find him. And Grillin will be able to clean up 2 here with the Solari, looking for a 3rd, and he will find it. Mag gone. We'll see if that's going to be the impetus here for a comp swap up for the Infernal. That's
especially bad because Skewed was leading Vindime by a lot. He still is leading by a reasonable amount. As it's Krillin that's soaking up most of the heals. You put the pylon down, the pylon's just going to be the main heal on the team of Vindime's just not going to get enough, and I think that could be a bit of an issue when we come towards setting up our ultimates, as we've discussed. Having the Bastion and Matrix combo is quite deadly.
There's the TP again. Wrap around the back.
I want the high ground. Yep, Prophet's pinged it already. He knows.
Set motions
well,
here
hang
for the
on.
Infernal. Oh, the creep.
Oh, they're crouching. Oh, they're trying to be sneaky.
Driven around, just trying to get the catch here, and they might be able to make it happen. Belstria looks to push them back. Spins the javelin, tucks away into the side room now. Shots continue to fly. Izzy Han go into that tank form at any moment that he wants, but it's actually Hyunjae who snipes Prophet out of the sky, just placing that echo before he can even get the iframe to bail himself out using the ultimate. So now point going to be occupied here for the side of the Seoul Infernal. Half the time pain going to be taken away, but now nade in, Krillin gone. Further staggers being found. We'll see if the recontest can really be found here for the side of the Dynasty. Prophet rejoins. Can look to reinforce. Goes for that. Grabs the Reinhardt. So far, it's just going to be shield raised. Fire strike across. We'll get him up to 37%. Mag swinging the hammer. Looking to force them back. Terror Surge going to be pulled in to find the kill, but that still goes down. Easy Han able to set that one up. Gets the elimination. For the corner, looking for that quick little 90-degree shatter. Prophet with a smile on his face, realizing that he does not have it, but still has want space for the rest of the team. Down very committed in by Hyunjae, but already MM3 is gone. Belstria is just pushing up the mag space, taking him down. Second tick is established. They got it to 90%. It's not going to be the cap, and now it's going to be a minute and 15 seconds remaining.
And this is why you have Belstria on the Orisa. It is a very strong force and holding its ground. Belstria hasn't died yet. Prophet also copying the second tank. He saved, I think he got that copy in as he was about to die. I saw Prophet's HP go really, really far down. Dynasty just stay strong. It's been difficult for Seoul Infernal to really establish ground across the map, even with the TP plays. It's time for Skewed to be able to pop the Zap Matrix step, but they need an angle to deploy this so that MN3 can get the damage done.
Around the back. On the hunt, artillery dropped in, Skewed taken out. Immortality Field, he was
really
forced
bad
out of it. Yep, that is not good. It's also not the first time that that has happened to him.
There's no time.
And yeah, I mean, 30 seconds remaining. They don't want to commit to the point here without having the BAP with them, but they're going to have to
That's the most important ult gone. You got no window now.
They're going to have to try to split attention just so that he can actually safely get escorted forward, but he's already been noted. You can see Krillin just trying to keep him honest, sending some snipe shots over his way. The peel coming through as MN3 tries to open things up, force them off the high ground, and just to do so at least for the time being. Shatter at the ready. Velo's free up. Gonna get taken down. Shatter now dropped in. Vinham the target ends up falling, and the cleanup starts to be found. As the Captive Son's only able to find one, and in the last few seconds remaining, the dregs of it all, the Infernal will be able to get the cap.
You know what really went wrong there for the Dynasty as well is they split their attention. Half the team started chasing after the respawn Skewed, and the other team couldn't stop the Seoul Infernal from actually walking through. And there's a world there where part of me thinks you just ignore Skewed. Yeah, he's got a window, but it's not a really powerful window unless MN3 is able to use it. You just have to stop the Seoul Infernal from linking up with another TP. Zest is the key member that you have to shut down and put the 5v4 into action. Don't allow the Seoul Infernal to get out of choke. And I think Seoul Dynasty sold a really good shot at winning that, but they just split their forces way too thin.
Yeah, Belstria, you can see he was left out the dry. The Fortify was popped, wasn't receiving any healing. It makes for a very easy cleanup and guaranteed shatter there on to Vinham at the end. It's Krillin now playing on the off position. TP. Maybe a little bit of a pump fake on that one. Ends up being cleared out. Heart for now abandoned with a minute and a half remaining.
Well, you can't do too many fakes here because eventually you got to wait for the cooldown, but you have to actually push. And the only way you can fight for high ground is via the TPs. And you got low time, so, you know, you got to get moving.
Krillin having to exit, breaks that line of sight, so can't really offer up too much for the rest of his team, but it doesn't matter because they have a window on a high ground and a bastion, so that just equals a victory. Krillin just, again, just up his way up over the wall.
So this has to now be a TP into window into turret mode MN3. That's how they clear Dynasty and start pushing. But I want to make it very clear, that's to start pushing. They have to actually win a fight pushing, and Payload is not making good progress right now. It's stuck. So it's going to be costly for Seoul to even make any more moves. You also Krillin off angling as well. You have to consider it off. He's nearly on the ultimate.
We've seen him set up some very big Captive Sons from this exact position in the most recent series, so could very well
TP.
Put the stage forward again. 30 seconds remaining now. TP, they make
the
their way up onto the high ground. Then Aid finds amazing value as this nearly gets popped instantly. Artillery now layering. It's the ramparts, letting them scattered. Feud narrowly survives. One more shot Would have been hidden gone. They do have the window for the high ground control, but M3 also going to be able to find
Hey.
Krillin now. The Captive Sun taken out. TP up over the top of the members here of the Dynasty, but the cart is not moving forward. Now somebody grabs it. They start bringing it up. Held for the time being. The Duke still at the ready to beam. Looking for the kill here on his S. Can't confirm it. MN3 able to find one, and Prophet is just going to go down into the pit. Ends up dying.
Resetting. They lost.
Reset.
Proper reset. Yeah, he was going to get staggered there. Just run off the map. That's fine. It is OT now. Seoul Infernal, honestly, they wasted a lot of time there. They didn't start really doing too much until we got close to OT. Yes, they did have to wait for Easy Hunt to finish using the artillery. Decent setup now. Is there going to be a touch or not? Barely.
He's got the fortifying. He's got the ult rolling through. Everybody exits it though.
Good shielding by
Captain Sun
Prophet.
goes into the back line, looking for some damage, but not really going to be found. And I thought, but no, they clear out the immortality field. The Krillin's able to come away with two. Leon getting into the one assist is dead. Mag trying to stay alive. Gunshake as well, keeping things contested. Mag dips back, grabbed the mega pack, but that's going to be it. The Reap contest from the Dynasty. Well, it arrived precisely when it needed to. Big value found from Krillin on the flank, again coming up over the top of the Captive Sun. Helps confirm that win and stop the Cap from B.
I mean, a lot of this comes down to the fact that Seoul Dynasty didn't get the hold earlier on B, partially because Krillin dies on the off angle. Seoul Infernal find him out, enable the 5 versus 4. Then Zez pops down the photon barrier, and Seoul Infernal are off to a much better fight. And then the OT, because of long OT respawns, that's why Seoul Infernal rather can actually get any number of push going, any amount of push. Balestria comes in for the Terror Surge, and he is only protecting the Terror Surge because Prophet copies Mag's Ryan and pulls up the shield for Balestria. That was very important. By Seoul Dynasty, a lot of time. This is where the Captive Sun comes in again for the final moment. Sound barrier, as you see, is already coming through. The Captive Sun is great to use up against a team that's relying on window as well. And now you just break the lamp, and suddenly both the members using that window, they get popped.
Prophet to the rescue to really help take out that immortality field at the very end. Let's confirm the kills, and Dynasty get the successful hold. So now it's all on Infernal, who are still going to be sticking with the same look. But I'd say that Zest again moving back over onto the Mei.
Well, they need to do a very good job of holding chokes, but even then, I think if you're Prophet, you TP past. No MN3's nade set up there to help them get 3% ult charge, maybe. Hope it
Don't wall
lands.
anybody off if they're just going to be collectively teleporting into your back line. And Zest needs to play this very intelligently. Find value.
It certainly means Infernal can't get aggressive in terms of rushing down the Seoul Dynasty because they lack the mobility to do so without the TPs. So they have to play very reactionary here.
Now Immortality Field out early. Prophet taking care of that. Another TP setup. Takes himself up on the high ground. Little minor flank setup as Easy Han now goes into the turret form. Looks for a target. Zest going down low. Goes into the ice block. Pops right back out. And Prophet's able to deal with him. Down a member. The first hit coming through. Dynasty looking strong here on the point.
Now how do you recontest? You can't really afford to wait for Zest, so you either go or you don't.
Surrender.
And they're not going to go. It's as easy as that. You look at how the Seoul Infernal have to move around. You cannot contest. This is why the Meg's a throw pick, in my opinion. You can't contest the TPs. Seoul Dynasty instantly have a TP set up for Easy Han. He now off angles. Seoul Infernal have to run because they can't contest the Bastion. Zest pops his ice block because he's under threat, and he dies as soon as the ice block is done. That's it. That's how you lose the point.
Nade at Mag's feet. Fire strikes across. Window now at the ready here. Run Binham. There's the TP up onto the high ground. There's the turret form. And there's the split from the side of the Infernal members who are trying to scatter to the wind, but Zest is unable to escape. So managed to take one with him, and M3 will get an M3 back kill there onto Belastria. That's actually a slight trade up, but as I say that, Easy Han with the nade will take out Skewed as well. But for the time being, not really being paid attention to, just more space wanted to be opened up, and with the retreating members of the Infernal, Dynasty can now make their way through the gate.
And Krillin's on opportunity for another good ult. Could get blocked by Mag, but once the KL starts with the actual team fight, if Krillin can find the angle, there's not a lot to stop that ult from gaining value. Just break Skew's lamp, and suddenly you're in a really good opportunity.
There's the artillery fire sent in, but the Mortality Field bails them out, keeps them alive for a little bit longer. TP now
Easy Han caught.
splits them apart, and yeah, I mean, the card's still getting away from them, some distance still being gained here, but Mag's identifying that. It's just going to go dashing over to the side. Captive Sun goes down, catching on to 3. Krillin finding one, looking for a little bit more. Skewed now fallen into the ice block. Goes Zest to try to survive. Krillin can't quite make it through that gap, but it doesn't really matter too much because the cleanup is coming through, and Zest cannot stand firm on this cart. Will end up
That's a
falling.
clutch.
The push continues. Profit now is going for a Junkrat.
I mean, that. We'll talk about the Junkrat in a second, but huge clutch coming through from the Dynasty off the Captive Sun again. They were down members. Easy Hunt is caught. Krillin, though, he had the off angle. He allows Seoul Infernal to push up against his own team. Catches
Someone's
3 on
time
the
is
Captive
calling.
Sun.
They have to push through this one.
Blizzard, this fight.
Trying to work their way forward. The contest is there, but now Zest is dead. Somebody else needs to touch. The Terror Surge will drag them into the center. They're trying to play on the outskirts of it, but it's not going to work out. Profit looking for a second elimination here. Looks like it will not be found until the very end. The push comes to fruition, and the Dynasty tie us up. We have a series on our hands right off the rip.
I am absolutely convinced the May is a throw pick. I'm struggling to see the real value there. You lose every, especially on a map like Eichenwalde, where high ground control is so pivotal, and to get a slow composition around the map to actually challenge for angles is extremely important. And you need to be able to, just as we saw that Dallas Fuel did for Edison, use the TP like it's Bastion's own cooldown, and Easy Hunt is able to do that. MN3 is just a sitting duck in these fights. We didn't even get to see the Blizzard in the final fight either. That is truly unfortunate for the Seoul Infernal. A deserved win on map 2 for Seoul Dynasty. It was their pick as well.
Yeah, and yet another opt into that Reinhardt. We'll see if that's going to continue to surface here for the side of the Infernal, or if they're going to be changing it up, maybe try to match the Orisa when it's on Orisa maps. Go back over to the Junker Queen. We'll have to just wait and see, but it's map pick for the Infernal. Alrighty, and we are back and going into map 3. We are all tied up at 1-1. Dynasty able to very successfully defend on that second map there on Icon Vault to go ahead and close things out, even the score. Now we look to Infernal for their map pick as we get ready to go into Flashpoint.
Icon Vault looking like a really strong map choice for this Seoul Dynasty, generally speaking. Again, we saw that versus the Charge, and obviously a very different caliber of team, but still a win's a win here, where Dynasty once again pull through strongly on Icon Vault. Their setups with the Orisa is good. They know what position they need to play in. They know how to play Krillin on the off angle, get maximal value. Krillin bailed them out of a lot of situations with fantastic Captive Sun ultimates. And Infernal, in my opinion, some questionable picks there that were not optimal for their ability to take down the Dynasty, especially their defense, in terms of how do you contest for so many of the things that Dynasty are doing on either offense or defense when you lack the same level of mobility. And then, you know, you have other moments as well where it's like Skew dying to a Bastion artillery, and now the team is sort of split. They actually still recovered that situation, but man, things are very shaky for Infernal on Icon Vault as we're about to head into map 3.
Well, you can see Void's going to be stepping back in here for Bellis Frio, so unfortunately for the fan that was holding that very nice fan art sign, you're not going to be seeing him coming through to play the Wrecking Ball here. Well, you know, I think that we would all be quite satisfied if that was going to be the case, but no. It's going to be Void rejoining. Obviously, no changes here on the side of the Infernal. Question is, do we see compositional changes for them? Because, you know, they got the win. You were able to take it away on Lijiang Tower. It's still very close, still very back and forth, but weren't really able to hold a candle to the Dynasty with the Rhine May comp that they were trying to run there on that defense.
I think for this particular map, I mean, you could even move away from the Bastion entirely. Like, at this point, if you wanted to play the Rhine comp again, you got to play the Lucio in the back first and foremost. If you really want to force the May, you could do May Sojin, wouldn't be a bad look. Dynasty are clearly going to be bringing in the Junker Queen, otherwise the Void substitution makes no sense. So with the Junker Queen, if you're Seoul Dynasty, you're likely going to be looking at the Sebastian again. If I'm Seoul Dynasty, I probably expect an Infernal. I'm not going to mirror the Queen yet. It's possible, but I will gamble that they'll play the Rhine one more time.
Well, we'll find out as we get ready to jump into the new Junk City. See whether or not this map pick can get the Infernal back into the driver's seat. Because, again, to just set the stage, a win here for the Infernal is that auto qualification into the playoffs. It's that ticket punched over to Toronto. And if it doesn't happen, then it very much falls out of their own hands. They have to sit back and watch the rest of the action to see whether or not they're going to be able to make it there.
Is it actually ball?
It looks like it might be.
We teased the mag ball, like, I feel like a long time ago. In terms of, like, hey, Milgaru played the ball. Worked a treat on both Servasa and New Junk. And finally, Seoul Infernal, and by the way, Seoul Infernal lost to that as well. Now they're like, yeah, it's time to pull out the ball. Mag ball it. I respect it.
I respect it as well. Granted, I was also excited for his Reinhardt, and that didn't deliver so much on the second map, so we'll see what the ball can do a bit better for him. It's Prophet, again, going to be back over here on the Symmetra. Just going to set up for these TP plays. The side pressure, it's Zest and the Tracer, also a very different look compared to what we have been seeing from the meta.
I think MN3 should have been Sojin here. The Bastion is really weird in this comp. But double immortalities though. If you really want to just pocket MN3, double immortalities is pretty strong. Mag is going to be solo with Zest for a decent chunk of this map. And
there's a rush forward. Hyunjae, well, they say welcome to the Overwatch League, buddy. Take him down right off the rip. Great little setup. Immortality field, just not enough to try to save him. Now MN3 left to die. Ends up falling, skewed down low, will be finished off as Void comes up with yet another one here, and there's nothing more that Mag can do other than try to roll his way out to safety, and it looks like he will be able to do so. No one able to pursue him deep enough to come up with a kill.
And the good news for the Dynasty is you know what your clear target is. You ignore the Tracer and the ball, you TP onto Hyunjae, skewed in M3 every single time, and you force that engagement, TP, commanding shout, and just run down that trio. You do not give space for Mag to come in and try and get a pile drive on you. You lose if Mag actually connects a pile drive, so you just have to outpace the ball.
38% here are the Dynasty. Pulse Bomb in the back pocket here from Zest. We'll see if we can try to find the setup for it, but Immortality Field obviously going to be there from Krillin, unless they can try to force that out a little bit early. Mag starting to crash forward. Okay, never mind. Krillin just going to be taken down. There's the chase. Pulse Bomb going a little bit wide, though. Cannot find the kill, but easy on. Still going to be taken down as Mag gets on top of him. Cleanup now continues, and there's nothing more that Void can do, so a team kill comes across. Infernal going to be able to get the flip, but it's still going to be 72% established here for the side of the Dynasty. So if they can get the retake with the ults that they have coming online, they're still going to be in a good spot to go ahead and close out this first point.
You see that Inferno actually want to fight outside. They're trying to catch Seoul Dynasty on the rotation to see if they can just get an engagement outdoors instead, which is actually preferable. Mag is going to at least... They forced the cooldown. That's Immo gone. Okay. That's a W for Infernal.
But TP into the point. Artillery coming across. Flip nearly there. Mag barely touches in time. Now the Kitsune Rush going to be on the back end, and Easy Han going to be taken down. Hyunjae able to find the first one. Mag down to about half HP. That's shielding, helping him stay in this one as the Photon Barrier is going to be called in here from Prophet. Still looking to try to turn the tides of this fight. Immortality Field taken away now from the side of the Infernal. MN3 under fire. Rampage across. Managing to find him. Prophet scoops up the kill in the back of the Ante. Mag as well. Still going to be purpled up. It supports Zest alive. Infernal now in control. The Minefield finds Prophet. And the lead is now established here for the side of the Infernal. Zest on the hunt, looking for Krillin, finds him into the corner, just dashing around, trying to go ahead and confirm the kill here on this Baptiste, but he's still playing quite elusively, hugging in behind Void, but eventually he gets a line of sight and manages to take him down. Pulse Bomb lobbed in, kill not found. Vindam takes out Mag, 99% here for the side of the Infernal. Dynasty trying to turn this fight around, but Easy Han's so very low. Point's going to be cleared out, however, Zest does die. Now in control are the Dynasty, they might just be able to rug pull the Infernal.
I mean, Void is carrying this right now because Infernal just cannot kill Void. They can kill other members, they get Easy Han down. Seoul Dynasty still waiting for Vindime on the sound barrier. They can play this 4v5. Easy Han can still make it back. He might have to swap. Here is Soldier much faster. Can you delay long enough? Vindime can again stall this one a little bit longer still.
Beat available. Looks to drop it. Prophet instantly dead. Dealt with. Hyunjae still under fire as well. Will end up falling as Krillin claims the kill. It's going to be a 1-for-1. A DPS for support, but now they look to double up, and MN3 will get taken down as well. Back in control here are the Infernal, but Dynasty look to hold firm. Krillin traded. Zest coming away with the one. Kitsune Rush now in. Skewed, looking to really seal the deal here on this point, and Mag is going off. Finds two. Pile Driver in. Easy Han dead. Skewed dead on the back end of that fight, but now Void down to a sliver of HP. Will be finished off as Mag comes up with a third, and this Seoul Infernal managed to get the first flashpoint.
Kitsune Rush rolled out means ball go faster. And Mag is able to just not even pile drive, just swing on through with the grapple.
Look at the track they have here on the point as well. So close to the spawn.
What's up?
And Mag is gonna, well, wherever it is gonna be, Mag will certainly get there first. 4 ultimates on board for Infernal as well. Wow. Looked like it was nearly doable with the Dynasty. Void just, I don't think he had the Rampage ready in the fight. If he had the Rampage, could have still maybe clutched on out.
I think he died without it.
Unlucky.
Mag maybe looking for the setup that Zest can play off the back of, but they TP away from the ball. He still continues on the chase. They're looking to get up into MN3's grill, and they manage to do so. Find him, Skewed as well, dead. Hyunjae breaking line of sight, just pulling away, trying to survive, but then swings back around the opposite side, only to die to Prophet's turret. So, despite having that inside track, the first arrival here onto the point, Infernal unable to win the opening fight. Dynasty once again going to be asserting dominance and getting themselves settled.
Strange, man. I thought, with Infernal's clear ult advantage, I thought they could do a lot more in that situation. They never ended up getting their window set up down. Krillin, Easy Han dead. Easy Han, tons of damage there. What is MN3 and the Seoul Infernal looking to Zest? Obviously on the flank yet. Gonna start things out with the artillery. Can't imagine Seoul Dynasty will lose anybody to this. They have plenty of mobility, and Photon Barrier will be a carry in this fight as well.
Mag trying to get the setup, trying to pile drive them to keep them in that artillery fire. He's unable to do so, but Void is just right out into the open, playing into the window. Yeah, he just gets absolutely bodied. Set himself up for failure. Ends up falling. MN3 trying to figure out where his attention needs to be paid to. And Zest gets taken out by Krillin, playing here in the back flank. Point still held here for the side of the Dynasty. They look to equalize things here on this sub-map. There's a beat. Not going to get Ajax, but Haim safely enough manages to reach the floor. Gets the shielding out across onto his teammates. Prophet will get taken out. Skewed able to find that elimination. Mag still alive, still in the mix, but MN3 going to get crushed. They look for a little bit more. The counter flip coming back through. Only 25% established. Infernal now with the contest, trying to keep themselves in this one. The leap up onto the high ground. Hyunjae just sliding down off the wall, unable to escape, ends up falling, but now Zest does come away with Easy Han, eliminating quite a bit of that damage. Now Krillin going to be dealt with as well as Zest comes up with the second one. Skewed taken out of the fight, however, means there's no supports, but the Rampage is going to be a complete and utter whiff. Nothing found, so no supports might not matter too much. The pile driver comes in, the minefield is dropped. He's looking to try to keep the space occupied. Zest sends out the pulse bomb, finds nothing. Prophet is down a mine again, as is Vinheim, brothers in arms. dying here as Mag looks for even more. The kill taken away by MN3 before the pile driver can come through, but the Seoul Infernal will once again take the lead here on this point. A last-second contest available for the Dynasty.
I just in the utter chaos of it. Mag thrives, drops the minefield down, just boops everyone into mines. As a Seoul Infernal, they just stay in it. Kitsuna Rush. Osborne even doing some damage. EasyHunt's trying to try and open things for the Seoul Dynasty. Voids now swapped over towards the Doom.
Mag's dead.
Make a quick Mag down is huge though.
That's monstrous because now Skewed gonna get dropped as well. The flip is back into their favor now. And the Dynasty, despite looking like they were gonna be down and out, might just have a way to go ahead and take this round out from underneath of the Infernal. MN3 comes up with the second one, but he's not gonna be able to commit that artillery to the fight. Ends up falling. EasyHunt finding the elimination with the counter flip. Getting ready to come through. They're not playing the point. The flip is there. It's the Infernals now to hold. Gunjay going to be taken down. 2 members still gone here on the side of the Infernal Dynasty. There's looking to rejoin. Benheim, the beat nearly online. The flip once again into their hands. ZOT starting to fall. Punch used. Mag forced away for the time being. They have plenty of ways to try to extend this one, as now the artillery can come through from MN3. Does he find any value? Looks like the answer is going to be no. Mag going to be stunned up, pushed to the wall for a brief little moment there by the Doomfist, but the kill cannot be found. But Zest still falling. EasyHunt able to find it, and that's going to be the flashpoint taken away here by the Dynasty.
Yeah, even without the MX coming through, the damage up from EasyHunt's enough. 3 kills, but the first 1 and 2 were very important. Zest that gets taken down, and unless Mag initiates the touch next, there's no more touching coming through from the Seoul Infernal. Hyunjae now over towards not quite the Mora. He's just swapping spawns, never mind. I got baited there for a slight second. Seoul Dynasty first on the point. Don't mind the Doom swap. I think the Junker Queen was kind of getting bullied around slightly. So Void's going to show another look here. As I didn't expect we were going to be casting full dive versus dive today on New Junk City, but this is where the Soul Balls landed us.
And yet the Bastions are still in. We're going to wish EasyHunt, the ult nearly online. Punch charged up, gets the knock away there. Onto MN3, just looking to keep him at arm's length and stop him from getting on top of the rest of the team as Mag just goes crashing around the backside, but with that Bastion in his line of fire, he just cannot escape, actually. Ends up getting taken down, and that should set the stage for yet another cap initially here from the side of the Dynasty. Kitsune Rush committed to the fight. Hyunjae dead off the back of that one. The seismic slam from Boyd able to find the kill. It makes the exit with the Meteor Strike, and now Skewed dead to the nade. Dynasty very much firmly take control.
Yeah, EasyHunt's now starting to really break away from the rest of the players, especially MN3 on the opposite side. EasyHunt is still, in my opinion, getting a decent amount more support, just given by the fact that Prophet's playing the sim for EasyHunt. And most of these fights, MN3 is just not doing nearly as much as EasyHunt as far as the Bastion is concerned, but at least for the rest of the Seoul Infernal, Zest has managed to get around the map cleanly, and he's the one that's taking down EasyHunt.
Oh, EasyHunt killed all before he can hit the floor. The Mortality kill now going to be cleaned up. Krillin going to be taken down. Sound barrier is out from Benham to shield up the 3 remaining players, and Prophet needs to try to put this beam to good use, and he will be able to find 1, but then he straight it out. Just finding the kill. The flip is in. They're ticking their way up 58%, the percentage to beat here for the Infernal.
A good ults. Zest could have actually just allowed that turret to farm a little bit of HP for Skew to heal if he wanted to. He wants to set up instead. He was looking for a pulse bomb setup, which would, at that position, probably just bait out an immortality field. Next fight could get interesting. Prophet with the photon barrier could certainly cause a lot of problems, especially for MN3 and Hyunjae.
Window is ready. Push around coming through, photon barrier. Built up, Prophet, ready to pull the trigger on it, sends it, knocked up into the air as the pile driver comes in from Mag. Skewed going to be down low as the window comes in. Pulse bomb committed there from Zest, but the target not going to be found, and he gets cleaned up by EasyHunt. Mag now trying to exit, but even in just the recon form, gunned down. This fight is very much going to get away from the Infernal. Dynasty cleaned it up, 84% now on board, but Dynasty, they can close that gap in a heartbeat.
I mean, Prophet's photon barrier just invalidates Hyunjae and MN3 immediately in that fight. They can't get anything done. The Ant Matrix is not going to have any value. And if you can then just deal with the flankers, if Mag can't be the one to disrupt EasyHunt, it's easy game for EasyHunt in the Seoul Dynasty. Try and get this 2-1 lead as we equalize and overtake on the actual point itself.
Okay. Artillery out. EasyHunt coming away with the kill. Mag with the pile driver will take down Krill, and that takes the window out of this fight, but now the artillery is something that they themselves have to deal with, and Skewed is going to die to the knife. Boyd able to find him. Hyunjae dead on the back end as EasyHunt just snipes him out. Nade across, MN3 going low, but the Dynasty, they got the point. 2-1, map point now in their hands for an opportunity to go ahead and take match point in the series.
Boyd now nearly on towards that rampage. There's some TP going, top right. Junkyard, Mag will be there first. Obviously, we're going to see a little engagement here. Not quite Zest. Just a little bit of poke.
This is where not quite this position. I was going to say where Milgaru got the ultimate jump on their opponents versus the when they were playing against the Dragons. MN3 with the Torbjorn.
At this point, like, he's getting kind of destroyed in the Bastion battle because he's well less supported. So, it makes sense. Also, swapping over towards Anna, really good versus Void and easy armor.
Okay, good TP timing. Prophet takes them away from the pile driver. Kitsune Rush so far not finding too much of anything as MN3 under fire between a rock and a hard place. And even with a knock up here onto Easy Han, he does not care. He is tunneled forward, focusing on that window. Ends up getting taken down by Zest off that flank. Pulse bomb to be committed, but without the kill coming through, it's unlikely that the Infernal are going to be able to turn this one into a team fight win and a flip on the point. MN3 now going to be swapping over onto the Sombra, just playing mystery heroes at this point.
Yeah, they're trying to shut down. They're moving closer and closer towards an actual dive comp, so I appreciate that. Gunjay now on towards the Brig. Skew can keep playing Curry if he wants to. I mean, you could play Diana if you want, but speed, I think, is important here for the Seoul Infernal. Especially the Suzu versus the Junker Queen, as Void is about to have that. He has the Rampage available. Has it for some time now. Seoul Infernal look like they're really struggling.
Crash through. Mag not able to find too much of anything. Photon Barrier looks like it's just going to be waited out from the side of the Infernal.
But it's last fight if you wait.
Yep, they're not looking to really play around it. I mean, even at 70%, we already knew it was going to be last fight. TP timing again, going to be decent. Mag not able to find too much there. Off the back of the pile driver as Void just occupies the point itself. Test coming through. Mag trying to crash across. They boot him back in the opposite direction. MN3 going to be spotted here. The nade not connecting onto him, but Zest. MN3, Mag, all going to be low on HP. Skewed comes away with a big one, though. Headshot across. Billing going to be taken down. Rampage comes in, managing to find two. MN3 dead moments before now. Hyunjae going to be taken out. Mag still purpled up. Shielding, trying to keep him alive. The pile driver knocking Easy Han up into the air, but look at his HP bar. It is completely and utterly immovable, as are the Dynasty here on Flashpoint. They take it down. What, 3-1?
Yep.
Beautifully piloted by them.
I think Seoul Dynasty just didn't fully commit to the ball comp. That was like a half commit. You know, you have some dive in
Infernal.
there, but yeah, sorry, Infernal. As Hyunjae and MN3, they look like they were just playing a different style altogether. You're trying to make this ball type composition. I mean, I suppose if you get the right pile drivers and from long range, you got your, you know, your flex supports plus the Bastion kind of doing the damage on towards players that are knocked up. This is also Krillin's 100th map, and we're getting all sorts of milestones today across the
Krillin.
all four teams that we're seeing playing. But it took a while for Infernal to lock in towards something that looked like a proper dive. And for the Seoul Dynasty, they just needed to be able to defend against all of the roll-throughs that Mag had, defend against Zest, and just completely destroy MN3 in the Bastion to Bastion lineup, which was so easy for Easy Hunt.
Well, now match point here in the hands of the Dynasty. Seoul Infernal need to try to turn it around. Once again, they're going to have their map pick as we get ready to move into push. They need to find a victory there where they did not on New Junk City to extend this series to have a hope of getting that auto qualification into the playoffs. And we are back. The Dynasty now out in front with a dominant victory there on New Junk City. They find themselves in the driver's seat. Infernal once again with their map pick. Weren't able to get it done on that last one. Can they extend this all the way to 5 as we get ready to go to push? That is the question. As you can see, we have a very split fan on which Seoul team they want to cheer for.
You win no matter what, actually. Really, at the end of the day, you just win. You can't lose in this matchup. So, got that going for them. However, Dynasty are the ones that can really play spoiler today because Infernal are the team that has the direct qualification. Dynasty don't. They simply get to sit here and chill. But Dynasty, you know what? A really funny thing that Dynasty can also do is if they eliminate the Infernal from this bracket and then they also lose to O2 Blast and Dallas lose to Hangzhou, then O2 Blast go to playoffs. So Dynasty might actually be doing right now the O2 Blast miracle run for O2 Blast. They're doing their part to enable the O2 Blast miracle run.
It could very well happen depending on how things shake out here as we get ready to go into Colosseo. One thing's for certain,
That's
the
what
Dynasty are
O2
very
Blast
much here
need.
to play.
O2 Blast need Dynasty to win this. And they then also need Dallas to lose tomorrow. That's what O2 Blast needs. O2 Blast have a single qualification pathway. And those two things I listed has to happen. So Dallas are hoping that Dynasty beat Infernal. O2 Blast are hoping that Dynasty beat Infernal. It's actually two other teams really need Dynasty to win today.
Yeah.
But Infernal need themselves to win.
I mean, it's basically all or nothing, right? Like, if Infernal take it, well, you know, we're done. But yeah, Dynasty could do a very funny thing. If they can go ahead and win this series, and maybe, just maybe, if they do, O2 Blast can thread the needle, become the first challenger team to make it into the Overwatch League
And
playoffs.
it would make play-ins insane.
Yes.
Because one team out of all those teams, like, damn, there's some heavy hitters, realistically speaking, that, you know, you thought you'd see most of them through, but no.
You
Just
have
one.
the Fuel, who still look like a strong contender for it. The Infernal,
Both Souls.
who, you know, have Hyundai. You've got Dynasty, who have been on this uptick. It could get very
Charge
dicey.
Shanghai, you know, they're having some fun, so they're all right. They do their thing.
They're just vibing. But all right, it's back over onto the Reinhardt once again with Zest coupling in on this May. What value can they find this time? It's a very long wraparound here, but I mean, Dynasty can just play back on Infernal's side.
As long as it doesn't take them until the point unlocks, or Prophet nearly dies, that's
That wall
tricky.
actually kind of saves him. Breaks that line of sight, so the value unable to be found, and Krillin cleans up MN3. Fantastic early kill. We found the Immortality killed as well. Burned, dealt with. Now bot will be snatched up here by the Dynasty, who are continuing to just TP forward.
Probably can't get the last couple of kills. There's a lot of geometry they can hide behind. I appreciate the attempts. Yeah, early fight winners. Seoul Dynasty just kind of sit and wait. They're watching Infernal rotate across the whole map like, okay. Doesn't quite work out the way Infernal would have liked. And Infernal need to close the gap somehow because, again, no TP. They have to run up. Have to apply these May walls into the neutrals to try and block off a couple of members. Isolate somebody.
Okay, wall up. Immortality field going to be dealt with. Backpedaling here for the side of the Dynasty, but now window at the ready for Krillin. See when he decides to pull the trigger. Obviously, this spot, plenty of places the Infernal can tuck away in. Nice little corners they can go for it, but now the flank coming through, but they instantly turn around and deal with Easy On with an answering window of their own. Slightly a little off angle there for MN3 to try to work with, but he forced it to absolute perfection. Then able to take him down, though. Blizzard going to be committed into the fight. The freeze coming across. Void going to be taken down as Mag has just got free swings coming through. Wall trolls him a little bit, but eventually Krillin will die.
Trying to get a little bit of stagger though on Krillin. I don't know if it's really worth it because you got to push, man. You need to get some distance here. That slows down your distance as well. But really what set that fight apart for the teams is MN3 getting Easy On down the trade of the windows, going the way of the Seoul Infernal. If they can do that more often, then they have a really good ability to get the lead and win this map. Take us to a number 5. Go to Escort.
First big rapid pace shatter built up here, but it's only going to be able to find Vinny, but they can't get on top of it.
Shatters into the wall, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the photon barrier was there. They still pulled the trigger on that one. Rampage now going to be interrupted. Again, wow, Mag just counteracting it completely. Shuts out Void. Sound barrier still there to try to save him. Still going to be in the fight here. Wall comes up, skewed, unassailable now. Easy on unable to get that angle. Can't take him down, and Skewed even finds Profit on the back end. What a play from Mag. Whiffs the shatter, kind of botches that one, but then makes up for it in spades.
make sure that neither of the tanks are going to find value on the ults today. Doesn't look like we're going to get too much damage done to the artillery there. Still allowing Infernal to get some decent distance. While Void is gone, it's time for Infernal to go. And here's one thing you do with the May Ice Wall mobility. At least get Emin through the high ground momentarily. He is going to have to back out, though.
Pulls away. The lead established here. Up 16 meters now are the Infernal. Let's Profit over onto the Genji. Maybe looking to dive in on top.
Well, versus the Rhine, the Genji does make sense. You are going to sacrifice mobility here, but you are going to be able to at least have something a little bit better versus the Rhine again specifically. I think Profit's also just been kind of itching to play Genji at some stage today.
Saw a little bit earlier on Lishang. Didn't leave the window. Wall comes up, easily going to be dealt with. Just looking to try to buy some time here away from that window. It's MN3 down to 35, tucked into the corner. Can't bounce the nade quite into that angle, though, to confirm the kill. Otherwise, Easy Han would have had that one quite handedly.
Looking for Blizzard opportunity.
Shots across. Void still low. Wall in, try to lock them into this Blizzard. Looks like Void makes his way out of it. Easy Han, however, going to be trapped. Mortality Guild not going to be nearly enough to try to save him. That gets taken out. Krillin going to be able to find MN3, but looks like that might be the only elimination they get in this fight. The cleanup continues. The bot again going to be pushing forward here for the side of the Seoul Infernal.
Starting to look much better now for the Seoul Infernal, as now they can actually, I think, outrange the Seoul Dynasty by a decent amount. It's good right clicks by Zest. Mag holds up shield. MN3 is having a much better battle. For the Jungle Queen specifically, I think you have the sim. You can TP in the backline, put the pressure on the Skewed, but the Prophet now trying to farm up Blade. Both teams have to slowly W forward, play the angles properly. Shatter still free in this situation.
There's no barrier this time. Artillery all the way in the back. Final shot down onto the statue. Does get the tag there on the Hyunjin and forces them all the way back into neutral territories. The push cannot continue. It's just a gain of 9 meters off the last push.
That's really worth, though, just to push Seoul Infernal out. Regain of territory, as you mentioned. Resetting the map, I think, is worth.
Okay, Wall to try to lock them into this artillery fire. Down barrier going to be used by Vinheim. Shields up onto 3. Void now needs to be bailed out as well by the Immortality Field. The Blade going to be pulled, but already 2 members going to be taken away, and the sound barrier is there from Hyunjin to deny any value from Profit. Gets a swipe across, gets rid of some shielding, but that's about it. It's a team kill for the Seoul Infernal, who are carrying on their merry way.
Yeah, this lead will continue. They're probably going to cap off the back of this one as well. Don't really see Seoul Dynasty having the capability to touch. Well, actually, the payload's only pushing now, so maybe there will be a touch. Using the Rampage as well is going to be really important in this particular fight, unless it gets pinned or blocked by an Icefall or something. Dynasty are very slow, though. A bit trepidatious about this one.
Somewhat understandably.
Oh, caught, for sure.
It does get him. Stuck inside the room. Profit will make quick work of him. It's going to be the back pedal. Again, here from the side of the Infernal. SS into the ice block. Gets himself around the corner to safety. Bot being brought back forward here to the starting point. Dynasty, can they get distance off? This is the question. Rampage going to be used this time, able to find some value. Not going to be interrupted. Hyunjin going to be blading out, and eventually does falls. Profit confirms the kill, dashes across to get the other player. MN3 will get taken down. Another blade nearly built up, getting this one quite rapidly. As Zest is able to find him on the back end. Now Mag re-arriving into the fight, takes out Easy Han, and just like that, it starts looking good for the Dynasty. But then the Infernal just shut them down. Mag even throws a shatter in for good measure. Why the hell not? Confirms the kills. Only Skewed is dead. They're once again moving forward.
I don't know why the shadow came through, or the ice block at the end there from Zest. Probably these fellas just celebrating. They're not going to get too much push forward, though. It's going to be a reset, because you have to wait for respawners, so we're not going to actually get any push here. No one's capped yet. So nearly 7 minutes done. No one's capped. Void now going over towards Doom. Seoul Dynasty at this stage have shifted heavily away from their original composition. Even easy on over towards Sojin as well. So this is looking basically like a dive. I mean, at this point, Krillin could probably get off the back as well, look towards a Kiri or something.
Maybe we'll see the swap, but for now he's got the window. Easy Hunt to try to play off of Blade again, gonna be pulled. Scoop down low. Prophet dashing through, managing to find the kill. The headshot there on the MN3 takes him out of the fight as Easy Hunt's able to find a second one. Hyunjae will deal with Prophet at the very end, but he's gonna be the only casualty here in the fight. Bot stolen away. And cheeky plays here from Zest. Doesn't matter if he's on the Tracer, doesn't matter if he's on the Mei. He continues to do this when he's on push maps. Just buy some more time.
It's actually impressive he got that done on the Mei. But that's actually very significant as well, because that allows the Infernal to go for web respawns. Not actually doing any distance. And where's the setup? Looked like Easy Hunt was going for a flank, so is this going to be a flanking angle overclock? I believe it is. And I don't think Infernal know about it.
Seems like they do not. Up for shot, not going to find too much. Slide down on the low ground. Angle going to be denied now from Easy Hunt as he looks to rejoin the fight, but MN3 is able to just gun down Prophet and Ben Aim. The bot gets his way up nearly to 40 meters, but it's not good enough to get themselves to that lead, to get themselves to the checkpoint. The cleanup is there, and once again, the Infernal now in control.
If there was a way for Krillin and Easy Hunt to do that together, and we can play the window as well, you start to really see some magic. However, any window play can just get blocked by Zest. Krillin can't swap yet either because he's still stuck on his ultimate. And now we are threatening Cap. Infernal marching their way forward on it.
Artillery fire coming through. MN3 rolling out the red carpet, but there's no one at the gala this time, so damage not going to be found. They're just trying to force him off this window angle. Can't really do it. Wall comes up to just go ahead and deny that sight line. Prophet gets caught all the way in the back. A pin puts Void down on the floor. Everybody else comes piling in. Mag, he saw it. He set the bait. And oh, Void, he just latched right onto that hook. Mag cleans up 3 in the back end of the fight as the checkpoint will finally be found with 1 minute remaining. Infernal way out in front.
Yeah. MN3 also played that perfectly as well. He saw the window drop down, and he just uses the artillery, completely ruins that for Krillin. And by the time that Easy Hunt gets to use the window, doesn't see anything, so the window has no value in that particular fight. Now Krillin has made the swap over. It's going to go towards the Anarus of the Kari, which is also fine. I respect that. Mags and Shadows already. Shadow, if the Shadow goes well, this is looking triple digits for meterage.
Alright, now trying to contest into this position is going to prove to be a little bit difficult, but the punch there from Void to open things up is good. Finds Hyunjae, but Prophet now going to be traded. That's the damage output really cut down, and Krillin dead as well, so it's all on Benhaim, and there's no way in hell that he's going to be committing that sound barrier to this fight. They have to give up additional distance down to the side of the Infernal, who still have everybody standing tall. And then 3 looking for Benhaim. He's trying to exit, but the headshot eventually comes across with a couple seconds remaining, and somebody needs a touch, and that was really going to be Benhaim's job. Prophet deflection, pop, Blade out. Didn't manage to get onto the bot, but yeah, the Blade is going to find no value whatsoever. The wall comes up, the Blizzard's invested as well. Come up over the top, Void into the back lines, can't do anything, even with the fists raised, cannot survive through MN3. Ends up getting cut down to size. The cleanup will continue, and it looks like this one is in fact going to be going the distance. The Soul Bowl is delivering once more, as we will go all the way to 5 to see who is going to be taking this match.
I mean, this is what we wanted to see out of these two teams. The last match was very one-sided in terms of these two playing. Finish things out. Poco on stage, Circuit Royale, the Sigma comes in, cleans up the Dynasty. The very first time these two teams matched up, day 1 of the 2023 season, 5 maps. Now we get the 5 maps again. The good news for Infernal is we're not going to see another Oasis situation. This is going to be Escort.
It is going to be Escort, and the pick here in the hands of the Dynasty. Their own destiny now. We'll see if they can get that win. Give an opportunity for the fuel for the side of O2 Blast, or if the Infernal are going to be able to punch their ticket right here and now today. We have ourselves a map 5 situation, a 3-1 in the first series, but this one going the distance between both of the Seoul teams. It's delivering on all fronts, and my god, am I excited to see what happens as we go into this final map of the set. Bellisria going to be stepping back in once again here for the side of the Dynasty as we get ready to go on to their map pick for Escort.
And today, it's, you know, Bellisria's had a really good showing. It's, you know, him stepping in. Eichenwalder, to be fair, you know, New York City Dynasty won as well, but then Eichenwalder, like, you could really feel like, oh man, Dynasty is just playing this map so much better than Infernal. This is such a clean and clear Dynasty win. New Junk City, I think Infernal will maybe cooking a little bit, in my opinion. I mean, I think the ball is great, but at the same time, we didn't see them really commit fully to it, and it seemed like Dynasty eventually figured it out. And then you get to Infernal Colosseo, and oh man, the Mag Ryan comes in big time, and Dynasty did not look like they have the answers to that.
No, they did not. I mean, Mag had all the right answers. Yep, the Whiff Shadow doesn't matter. Giga Chad turns around, interrupts a Rampage ultimate from Void. It was just some good old grade A classic Ryan play there from Mag, the hero that he made his name on originally all the way back on Runaway in 2018. So it was good to see. We'll see if that continues though as we get ready to go into Dorado for the final map.
I haven't seen Dorado in a while.
Yep.
One of my favorite maps still.
Music still slaps.
Trying to think about what Dynasty want to do here. It's another map where if I'm going to just think a little bit about how they want an Eichenwalder, you can apply many of the same principles back over to Dorado. High ground, low ground play, good TP setups coming through. Go back to the Orisa tried and true, Sim Bash and Orisa style. Put Krillin back on the Galari as well. Give him the opportunity to carry with his Captive Son. I think if Dynasty really move back into what worked on Eichenwalder, they can do it again on Dorado.
Sure.
And Infernal have to be very conscious of that.
I mean, you've got very similar, I'd say similar architecture throughout the entirety of the map, so we'll see if that's going to be the case. Maybe point A a little bit different, just given the initial high ground that you have. But we'll see what they're going to opt for here, as Mag is again going to be hovering on the ball. Oh no, never mind.
He's not just going to hover.
Sorry, they're defending first. He is committed to this one. MN3 back onto a classic pick here with the Ashe, something that we also have not seen in quite some time. This is a big change up here from the Infernal.
Yeah, Seoul Infernal, look, they trust in the Mag Ball one more time. And it was kind of working on New Drunk City until it wasn't. But tell you what, for early portions of A, you get entire superiority on high ground here. Dynasty, they can TP, but they're going to TP for the main archway. Can they get a kill or not? Not quite.
No, they get Mag. Easy Han able to take him down now. Cess is going to be picked off as well. That's all that backline flank threat dealt with. A big reset necessary is skewed. Bit of a rough spot. MN3 and a rougher one though. Ends up getting taken down. The Javelin not going to connect there onto the Kiriko, but skewed will be able to make his exit. Card steadily being brought forward, and suddenly it's not looking so good here for the side of the Infernal with this change up of the comp. Cess is going to be moving over to the Echo. MN3 immediately abandoning the Ashe.
And I think the Zest Echo would have been really good for the early parts of A, but now as we get into longer sight lines, his double flex support on the Dynasty as well, man, you might just get sniped out. You gotta be a little bit careful with your Zest.
Try to find the burst there onto Easy Han, but really you need to be able to get into that close distance with the beam to really finish him off. MN3 under fire, hit into the corner. Bellisria setting up for it, and Easy Han with the nade takes out Mag. This A point is a complete and utter wash as it's 5 minutes plus here for the side of the Dynasty on the first push.
And like I said, Dynasty can do much of what worked for them on Eichenwalder, and this is exactly what worked for them on that map. And for the Seoul Infernal, they're cooking once again. And currently, still waiting to see if they can get an ultimate. Hyundre swaps off the Brig over towards the BAP. A little bit more of a double flex look for them as well. Free pushing at the moment, and look at the angle that Dynasty got to set. They're going to go all the way to the opposite side of the map, or at least Krillin is.
Zest is going Soldier now.
And they can just challenge for this high ground early while free pushing.
Just sat there, pile driver, really kind of denied Mag, just getting completely forced out. You see Bellisria playing bouncer, not allowing him access into the bar.
Oh, MN3 just got chunked by that nade. Double damage nade.
Yep. Big hit, now stairwell, rough spot. Hyunjae cannot make his way out of there. Ends up falling. And things continue to spiral here for the side of the
They can
Infernal.
snowball to a
M3 down
cap.
low. Yep, they're starting to do that. Getting ready around the final corner now. Cart continuing to push forward, and they still have 3 ults. Bellstreet can just hold the door. He's got a Terror Surge. He can lock him out. Meanwhile,
Oh
Krillin,
my God.
he's catching Zest on the flank. Just snipes him.
I think this is a cap.
Somehow available, and I mean, it certainly seems like it. Mag's rolled up onto the high ground. The pile driver doesn't connect there onto EasyCon, so it doesn't set up for too much of anything there. And now he's got that wall working against him. Photon Barrier will expire, but the cap is in. Now it's 5 minutes plus for the final stretch of the
Mag
map.
has got to swap. Swap immediately. Get off this ball. This ball, it might have been viable on A, questionable for B, awful for C. Get the hell off the ball and immediately play the minefield and run. Seoul Infernal are getting dumpstered. They gotta maybe win this. Not even quite win this one, because EasyCon gets healed. Dynasty are still in position to push.
I think they found, what, 1 elimination, but then everything else just continues to go the way of the Dynasty. And this is an unprecedented push here on Dorado. Not something that we see every day.
One of the most one-sided pushes we've seen on Dorado. Dorado is not a map to easily snowball through to push the entire way through, so we're seeing something special right now.
Okay. Into the corner, Mag's completely contained. Artillery fire does come down, puts Bellatrix low on HP. The heals flying through from Krillin and Vindheim, but they don't even need the ult charge. They already have that available. Minefield comes in. So far, just a pylon. The only casualty, and that's the only casualty they will find here for the attack by is their commitment. But he does get contained down into the stairwell for the time being. Some space spot, a little minor foothold established for the side of the Infernal so far. Skitterson
Krillin
swapped
dead.
over onto the Ilaria, but Mag with a pile driver this time will find a kill. Krillin going to be taken out. MJ as well. Getting his hands dirty, finds Prophet, and 2 kills found, and at long last, it would seem, the cart is going to grind to a halt.
Dynasty are stuck though. They are in a bit of a spot at the moment, and they could get staggered out if they're not too careful. Can they escape easily? Okay, maybe. Because being stuck below the map is kind of what cost the lives or their backline in the first place. How Krillin died. Otherwise, you can counter the window from Hyunjae. You drop in the cap of the sun, and you're off to the races. Really, you're feeling good.
Zest tagged up there by the nade. Rejoin the TP, looking for the setup here. Quick hop up onto the high ground. Pylon dealt with, Skew dead, however. Javelin into the chest. Bellatrix takes him out. Krillin up over the top. Captain Sudden was committed. Not going to be seeing any kills attributed to that one exactly, but yeah, I mean, look at the cleanup coming through. Can anybody even try to touch? Mag's into the back line, but the window is in, and the cart is glided through. Still an incredible time bank, despite the little hiccup there in the middle of point C. 3 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. The Infernal absolutely have their work cut out for them as they get ready to go on this attack.
O2 Blast and Dallas Fuel celebrating right now. Tasmo fist pumping in his co-stream. Check it out. As the Seoul Dynasty make that look easy. Infernal. Wow. They cooked a little hard on this one. I'm not gonna lie. This one they shouldn't have cooked as hard on. This is map 5, fellas. We map 5, and Infernal, you had a direct pathway into knockouts. You cannot be doing this right now. Not in map 5.
Had too many cooks, broth spoiled, all that good stuff. This was a complete and utter tragedy of a defense from the outset. I mean, we saw the initial crunch coming through, everybody from the Infernal backing away, and then suddenly, boom, Mag dead, Zest dead, and then it just spiraled from there, and it didn't stop until we got nearly to the end of the map. Such a dominant push there from the side of the Dynasty. As it looks like Bellatrix, that fan who was waiting for this moment, is going to be rewarded. I'm sure she's popping off in the WTG arena right now, as Bellatrix is here on the ball, and he's looking to say, hey, Mag, this is how you get it done.
Seoul Dynasty fans can't believe it right now that the tank they're heavily celebrating is Bellatrix, who's saving the day. But now Bellatrix is going to play some ball as well, so it's the ball defense, fellas. Look, at least Prophet's going to also add in the Echo defense on A, which I respect. Seoul Infernal just going to, they want to counter comp Prophet, actually. They're like, Prophet, you especially are going to die in this fight.
Well, there's the pile driver down. Knock-ups onto a few. Quick exit from Bellatrix, not looking to overstay. Just pop the shielding, now looks to reaggress. Mag on the Diva, not something that we're really used to seeing too much of. Easy Han with an aid, opening things up. MN3 going to be taken down. Hyunjae now eliminated. Immortality Field only going to do so much to try to keep him alive for the time being, but Bellatrix is in deep. He is cleaning up house.
Infernal. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get the 306 time bank.
They have it right now.
Well, Skew's at least got a lot of ultimate. Especially we can use setup. Who's going to be use the ultimate? Be MN3. You got to set up for MN3 somehow. Slam on the back. Oh, what a slam.
I mean, Bellisria is setting up MN3 for death. Just assassinates him. And Prophet as well. I mean, it's a refreshing look to see him back onto the Echo, to be honest.
Look, I want to see some Ballisria versus Mag Ball. They're not playing it versus each other, but we're going to see it both in the same setting. By this time, like, I'm pretty sure Dynasty have capped A by now on their own attack.
Yes.
So Dynasty are about to get a ton of ultimates as well.
They more than capped it by now, because they had over 5 minutes, so... Yeah, we're already a backward pace here. Window set up, pile driver again in from Ballisria. Good damage across, and I mean, Infernal are just struggling to move forward. You see the HP bar is just still very low. There's the artillery fire into the back. Zest, I think maybe even forced to go ahead and pop the Duke to try to survive. Now has the Alari, sets up that healing pylon. Skrill looks to try to knock him out of this one. He's got nobody to try to contest the high ground. Heals across, Hyundai surviving. Captive Sun now going to be built up, but Krillin has one of his own, sends it down, he's looking for the eliminations. That's going to be broken out of the Duke. Krillin's still alive, and it just turns around, snipes this out of the sky. And this is just a forward hold. This is a spawn camp here from the Dynasty.
Infernal cannot contest anything here. They can't contest the ball. And what they lack is, or Zest is going to try with the start, but what they lack is the ability just to run down the Krillin Vindime backline. You want to know how Dynasty beat the ball defense? They just TP'd with their entire comp with the Orisa directly into Skewed and Hyunjae and won that way. Infernal don't have that.
No, they do not. Mag now going over to the Orisa, something that he has not been showing, you know, at all in the last couple of series, despite the fact that he was one of the guys who was bringing out Orisa when she wasn't meta. I think back to him playing that one on Nepal and playing it incredibly well. Has opted to not go for that matchup, but now is going to be bringing it through when they hit very dire straits. Contest here onto the low ground. Prop just quick cancel. The beam is gets forced back with that translocator. Back up into the skies. Duke at the ready. A little bit of ring around the rosy here from the side of the Infernal to get themselves into a decent enough position. The Bob's going to be committed in. Prophet. Pressure on either side as the hack came across. Does have to play back, and now the cart is getting away from the side of the Dynasty. But here comes Bellisria, crashing across, has himself latched onto the fountain. Dives into the back line. Stunned into the wall. Whip shot. Kind of pushing him back there. Maybe it was the Javelin. Either way. Slows up his roll just a little bit more. As Prophet now going for the Duke. Going to be broken out of this one very quickly, though. Could take back to the skies. Minefield at the ready. Artillery fire up over the top. Trying to cut things off there in the back stairwell. Prophet now going to be taken down. The cap comes in, but it's still only 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And this needs to be... This is such a crazy snowball here from the side of the Infernal.
This ball swap. This Bellisria swap over to Orisa again. You can abandon the minefield. You don't need to get minefield pilled.
Prophet Soldier.
As Dynasty for B can kind of just go back to what was working before. They already have the double flex support set up on the correct heroes. Easy Khan was already playing the Bastion. Prophet could have gone Sim here. Oh, they're gonna go for full. This is all poke. Everybody's sniping.
Kind of value they can find here.
They got the ults.
With this Widow. Rotate into the back. Zest. Noting this now. Who's his target? And can they get the setup for it? Because, I mean, now with the Orisa, you don't have that high ground control. You can't rapidly just jump up there and try to steal this away from them. You also don't have the Symmetra to TP forward, so widely, Dynasty going to be sitting pretty on the high ground. Unless MN3 can really start clicking some heads.
We need to see some Dynasty ults. This payload is getting away from them. Here comes the first.
Captive Sun goes
Did he get hacked out of
EMP
it?
is out. Immortality Field cleaned up, and Krillin finds two. MN3 and Skewed, both just absolutely obliterated. The Supernova comes across, and they're caught up in the blast wave. Cart going to be halted. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Soul Infernal, they'll only get 1.5 minutes if they can cap on a B.
And they still have good positioning here as well. This team really benefits from having high ground. I don't think Bellisria has played. Is this the original minefield? It might be.
I think so. I think he just hasn't
He's
had to
able
use it.
to. I mean, to be fair, there's not that much poke challenging Dynasty outside of MN3 and Skewed, so it's not like Bellisria needs to just be holding space and putting up a shield or anything. He can play the Disruptor on the ground, but he needs to actually disrupt because the payload got a lot of movement, and Prophet might have been too far ahead.
He was. But now Mag also. Okay, the rest of the team does join in with him to try to go around this flank side. Bellisria up over the top, ready for the pile driver. Minefield dropped in. Bob at the ready, but the headshots coming through from Easy Han make quick work of him alongside Vinaim. Bob dealt with. Cardigan pushing forward. 30 seconds remaining. Easy on though. Headshot. Hyunjae going to be taken down. Window now going to be committed to the fight from the side of Skewed. Can they find anything off the backside of this one? Because right now the card is not moving. 24 seconds now remaining. Terra Surge at the ready. Belsria rolling forward, looking for the contest. Does get tagged low. Turn around the side. The dink comes across. Easycon snipe. The dynamite comes in. M3 starting to come alive. Finds Vinheim. Looks for a little bit more. Prophet tagged up as he drops down out of the window. Zest is there for the alley-oop. Scoops the kill. Pile driver down onto the car. Terra Surge and Belsria. No way to survive that one. Ends up falling. The cap will be there. But it's starting with 1 minute and 30 seconds here for the side of the Infernal. They still have to make it to the end of the map.
Look at the swap start. We're back to what was working before. Dynasty. Belsria. There it is. The Orisa. Okay. Getting worried for a second. You don't want to get stay on the ball for too long. Just back over towards the Dynasty. Orisa. Full poke composition. You need the Bastion. Start shredding through the Infernal. Zest is going to wait for the EMP before anything else happens. Infernal do not have time, so they kind of have to make this comp work. And they're nearly onto ultimates as well, so they got to lock it in.
They have the EMP, but M3 is going to be taken down. Krillin with the headshot, managing to find it. Now the window is opened up. Hyunjae taking down, Skewed, falling. Everybody just going to get ripped to shreds. 48 seconds, enough time for a quick little reset, but this is looking like an OT cap, if one at all, for the side of the Infernal.
But even when Zest drops the EMP down on the high ground, how do the rest of Infernal take advantage of that? How do you actually get on top of the Seoul Dynasty? I guess if Dynasty just play the low ground like this, but man, if Dynasty just hold the high ground, it's very difficult for Infernal to even follow up on the EMP. So these ultimates don't look highly valuable. Rally, it's just going to be okay. Like, it's not the most exciting ultimate for a final push.
Yeah.
Infernal, they got to get it done on this, and they're going to have to just do it with this comp, and it's not a good comp.
Okay, EMP at the ready, goes across, managing to catch on the 4 players. Vinheim the only one not getting caught by it. Easy on the first to fall. Final out cleared out. M3 stunned. Belsria able to confirm the kill, but Mag answering back finds Vinheim on the opposite side, and Belsria is dead. The cleanup is coming through. Krillin going to be dead in the back lines.
Good the payload.
And it's going to be them moving forward, mushing them together, I should say, but now pushing forward, looking for this cap. It would be a minute versus 4:06 in OT if they can make this happen. They've nearly gotten 4 ults.
Mag needs to block this ult. Mag has to eat the Captive Sun. Otherwise, if you eat that ultimate, it could be over already.
TP into the back lines, the hack out onto Krillin. Hyunjae, however, going to fall. The rally going to be cut short. Mag under fire. The healing throughput just not enough to try to keep him alive, and the Bob is not going to be able to do a damn thing. Captive Sun goes across. The cleanup comes through. Skewed. Zest last man standing, and not for long. The OT bleeds down, and the Dynasty will do it. They deny the auto qualification away from the Infernal, besting them 3-2.
And they win this Soul Bowl number 3. I don't know if it's going to be the last one of the year or not, because you got a lot of teams now that have to try and make it through in the play-ins. The Seoul Dynasty, Seoul Infernal among them. So actually, you know what? We could see Soul Bowl number 4, because these two teams might just match up again. The Seoul Dynasty had nothing to do today except play the upset, and they certainly did that. Seoul Infernal, they look pretty upset to me, but they did some weird stuff today. They had to integrate a new play. Okay, that wasn't their fault.
Sure. But
we went to 5 maps where a couple of those maps in there, you got some question marks on the top of Infernal. Like, what's going on? Dynasty capped out Dorado in record time. One of the fastest caps in Dorado you'll ever see. And Dynasty, generally speaking, when they get to play their Orisa Sim Bastion comp and TP around, they look unstoppable. And Infernal had nothing they could do against that.
And this was some, ups and downs. A lot of people, I think, putting their name forward as far as player of the match is concerned on the side of the Dynasty. But Krillin at the end, showing the brightest for us with especially that Alari play, because, damn, it just feels like he really has this new hero on lock. Whenever he is piloting it, he is coming up with enormous value. That was clear from Eichenwalder. That was clear right up until the end there on Dorado. Really well done from Krillin the whole series across.
You can really feel it, and a lot of this comes down to how the team plays with the Solari in this specific comp that I've outlined as well. This one we're seeing on screen from the Seoul Dynasty. I think the BAF was fine today from Krillin, but really he's made his name on this here. More than a couple times clutching specifically on the Captive Sun. There was this moment. This completely ruined Infernal's capability to win this particular fight. And it really is basically just Krillin there. I think Prophet might have helped a little bit with the immortality field. There's another moment here as well. Yeah, another Captain Sun right from behind. Hits 3.
just every time he has that ult online, he is a force to be reckoned with. Knows how to line him up, knows how to just take his timings. But even aside from the Alari, his map play from the outset when he was playing that was very clean because he had some great moments. You know, even with the loss on Lijiang Tower, it was still very present, very much riding out of control as well as keeping his team alive. Immortality-filled timings, excellent window timings, great to set up the squad. So I think this is a very well-deserved one here from Krillin. We always love to see when support players are able to, you know, pick up these nice little wins. And well, Alari, she's borderline when it comes down to support play, but Krillin, he gets the best of both worlds with it.
It's a sort of moment as well where Krillin spent a lot of this year on main support when Lu Min was still on the team. And having Vindine back in, allowing Krillin to move back into his normal hero pool, he's really made a name for himself again on the flex support for what could be Dynasty's comeback moment in this particular season. It's late in the season, but seems to be really leveling up now. If you can take down the Seoul Infernal, you're starting to look like you're in good stead to make a decent run of it. So yeah, I mean, Dynasty are coming through stronger. We felt strongly about Krillin even the last time we watched this team play. So, long time coming.
A little sign there to show support for Krillin. It looks like this time we do have the interview ready, thankfully. So we'll go ahead and throw over to Unknown for the translations.
안녕하세요, 크리른 선수. 반갑습니다.
Hello, Krillin. How are you?
안녕하세요.
네, 올해
Hello.
세 번째 서울 더비에서 승리도 하시게 되셨고요. 오늘 축하드릴 게 정말 많은 게요. 오늘 맵 100승도 달성하시고 POTM까지 차지하셨습니다. 소감 어떠신가요?
So, victory on your third Seoul Derby of the year, and also your 100th map win and player of the match as the cherry on top. Any comments?
데뷔한 이후로 좀 늦게 달성한 것 같아서 뭔가 아쉽고 그래도 이제 100승 달고 서울 더비도 이겨서 되게 기분 좋아요.
I think it was a long time coming because it's been a while since I had my debut, but still, it's a good milestone to celebrate, and I also feel good that I won the Seoul Derby today.
아이엠발대에서 이제 마지막 추가 시간 때 옆에 사이드로 돌아서 고지대를 먹고 태양 장렬로 혼자 킬을 많이 읽어내시는 그때 기억나시나요?
So, do you remember on Eichenwald where you flanked and cast an impressive Captain Sun on multiple targets?
상대 군이 많아서
I do.
제공각을
Can you explain a little bit more about the situation?
그래서 본대한테 좀만 버텨달라 하고 제가 공 쓰면서
So it was a very tricky fight because on normal terms we would have lost that fight. So I was like, I told my team, hey, can you just hold them off for a little bit while I flank? And then I had the really good angle on them, so I took my chance.
맵이었던 도라도에서도 굉장히 임팩트가 큰 모습 많이 보여주셨는데 저희가 지금 현장에 뷰잉 파티가 이루어지고 있는데 함께 하이라이트를 보면서 다들 감탄을 하는 그런 모습까지 나왔습니다. 오늘 일리알이 인생 플레이라고 해봐도
So
좋을까요?
your Lari play was also very impressive in Dorado, and a lot of fans that were at the watch party was really impressed as well. How would you rate your Lari play today? Well, I mean, I'm really happy with my performance in the Lari today, but I'm still hungry.
그리고 오늘 살짝 궁금한 게 도라도를 서울 다이너스티가 셀렉을 했잖아요.
네.
그 이유가 궁금합니다.
So one last thing, question probably is that you picked Dorado. Dorado was your map pick. Was there a reason for that?
그래서 다들 그냥 끝나고 다 도라도가 자신 있다 정도까지 얘기라.
So I mean, map 5 is all the way down to the wire. At that point, like tactics and all that go out the window. We were like, the coaches were like, hey, what's the most confident map for you guys? And then that was Dorado.
아이러니하게도 오늘 서울 다이너스티가 서울 임페르나를 꺾어냈기 때문에 오투 블래스트의 플레이오프 가능성이 살짝 열렸거든요. 그래서 내일 서울 다이너스티가 오투 블래스트를 꺾어야만 그 플레이오프에 대한 희망을 꺾어버릴 수가 있습니다. 내일 매치에 대한 각오 마지막으로.
So, ironically, with your win today, you actually opened the chance for O2 Blast to actually move on to the playoffs. Tomorrow you go against O2 Blast. How do you think about that match?
기대해서 내일 경기 봐주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
I mean, regardless of how playoffs is going to be, we want to win every match for the fans, and that's how it is going to be. And that's the end of the interview. Back to you, Seth.
Thank you very much, Unknown, for the translation. As per usual, good to hear from Krillin. Good to hear that they're going to be feeling confident going into that matchup there versus O2 Blast. They've opened the door, but they certainly could close it for that challenger squad as well. So we'll have to just wait and see what happens tomorrow. But man, what a action-packed day here. We saw Poker Face getting that map win away from the Dallas Fuel quite handily in the first series, but everything else very much falling to the wayside for them. Fuel overall looking very strong, something that they need to do as they get ready to play against the Spark once again tomorrow. And then we get into the Seoul Bowl. We go all the way to 5. Didn't quite get extra innings, but the Dynasty can hold their heads high. They got the win. Still unfortunate, though, for the side of the Infernal. Feeling like maybe this wouldn't have been the case if they did have their original 5-man roster, but they have to work with the circumstances they find themselves in. We'll have to wait and see how they look moving forward into the play-ins.
And Dynasty's still got work to do tomorrow as well. But we'll talk about this Group A bracket first, as Fuel themselves now have a direct pathway in. They gotta beat the Spark. If they beat the Spark, they're in. No ifs, no buts, and O2 Blast unfortunately lose out. O2 need the Spark to beat the Dallas Fuel. And O2 Blast themselves, if I have this correctly, also then need to win their own game versus the Seoul Dynasty. So a lot needs to happen for O2 Blast to make it in. Dynasty, they could beat O2 Blast, send them away. Dynasty would then ironically win the bracket, but still have to go through play-ins. At least you'd feel good about Dynasty chances in the play-ins. But yeah, I mean, Dynasty really showed up today. Props to them. So let's see how far they can really go, because Dynasty, they've struggled versus O2. O2 Blast have beaten them twice in a row now, and they go up against a couple of the members that Dynasty dropped early in the season.
Dynasty, they've been vibing, they've been looking strong as of late, so we'll see if that's going to carry forward into that series and if they can get the better of O2 Blast, where, you know, Poker Face kind of failed to do the same versus the Fuel. But I mean, it's a stacked match day. Fuel versus Spark, another rematch, one that Spark won very handedly the last time they squared off against the Fuel. We'll see if that is going to be a different story this time around. But I mean, hey, you know, if you're an Infernal fan, it sucks, but their loss means that we get very meaningful matches tomorrow, so I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, I'm sad for Infernal, but I'm happy for tomorrow's games, because if Infernal did win, congrats to them, that would have been good. But tomorrow would have just been a total for fun day. We've had just been, you know, both matches, 2 grand finals, completely for fun, no stakes. Now tomorrow's games actually have insane stakes, both sides. Maybe less so. If Dallas just straight up win, then the second game will be for fun. But there's a chance that both games have insane stakes. At least one will.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to just wait and see what does unfurl tomorrow. But I mean, rest assured, both of these teams now are going to be diving into deep prep for those matches. Fuel trying to get ready for the Spark. Spark, I'm sure, probably anticipating that was going to be their opponent again. We'll see how confident they feel and whether or not they're going to opt into playing that dive with the Doomfist once more. I'm curious if they look at that as like a one-time up the sleeve play, or if it's something that they can really regularly rely on, because it did look very damn clean there from Gushwei. So time will tell if that is going to be the case. We'll see if Dallas have really figured out and downloaded how that Doomfist plays and how they have to counteract it. And then, you know, can the Dynasty continue on their merry way and shut down O2 Blast and get that revenge? So there's a lot on the line coming up for this last day tomorrow. We're just over 24 hours away from that action, and I, for one, I cannot wait to get to it. So we'll have to just see what does occur. But exciting stuff here in APAC as per usual.
Especially for tomorrow, man. The stakes tomorrow are actually super high, and I'm loving that. But it would be a total bloodbath in the play-ins if O2 actually make it through the playoffs. And then you have, Dallas, both the Seoul teams in the play-ins. Yep. And only one of those teams can make it. Oh my God, it'll be a complete heartbreaker for many teams, I'd imagine. And a hyper-competitive plans. I don't know. There's part of me that would like to see both the Infernal and Dallas somehow make it to the playoffs. But at the same time, like, but what if O2 could do it? That would be insane for a storyline. So many different things can happen in the space of just one more day and 2 games that have a lot riding on them for Dallas, for O2, and for next week as well, many other teams that will play in the play-ins.
Yeah, I mean, just getting themselves over to Toronto, already a huge accomplishment, but being in front of a significantly larger crowd, because, you know, a lot of these teams haven't gotten that much LAN experience this year. We've had the couple times where they're up on stage against each other, but widely it's been few and far in between. So I think that they're all going to be chomping at the bit to try to get back on that stage, get under those lights in front of the screaming fans. Everyone's going to be fighting tooth and nail, leaving nothing left on the table.
I will say one other thing. Infernal still have a pathway to qualification through this bracket. They're not actually knocked out, but they do require some interesting things to happen tomorrow. I can outline them. I'll probably say it again for tomorrow, but if O2 don't beat Dynasty and Dallas, if O2 don't beat Dynasty, then Infernal, I believe, just qualify. Dallas winning Group A. Let me get this right. O2 loses the Dynasty. Dallas does not win Group A. Infernal qualifies. O2 loses the Dynasty. Dallas does win Group A. Infernal qualify. Sounds like Infernal just qualify if O2 lose tomorrow.
It might just
I'm
be the
reading that
case.
correctly.
That much more pressure on the contender squad to try to deliver here, and that much more on the dynasty, to do, I guess, the Infernal a favor to say, you know what, we'll beat you, but we'll also help you
That's such
punch
a
your
weird
ticket.
roundabout thing. We knock you out, and now we knock you in. So, like,
yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. You owe us a favor, but also we're sorry. It's an interesting situation to be in, but that's just the way that it all shakes out. Like I said, I'm just happy that the matches tomorrow do carry some very heavy stakes. So that is definitely the best thing to take away from the action that we witnessed here today. And I mean, I can only hope that we get more gameplay, kind of like we had there in that second series from both sets, because I don't want to be seeing the Spark taking down the Fuel again in a 3-0 fashion. I want to see that one go to 5. I want to see the second series go to 5. I want to see O2 and Dynasty pushing each other to the absolute limits. That's what we deserve. It'd be a great way to round out this knockout stage ahead of the play-ins. I think the fans would very much be excited for that one as well, albeit maybe some heart palpitations throughout there, depending on which fandom you'd be siding with. But we like close game. We like good, honest Overwatch that is tightly played between both squads that are representing on the stage. So we can only keep our fingers crossed that that is going to be the case. All right, well, that's it. You want to close it out, Avril?
I have to do some research because I'm now confused about tomorrow's stakes, but I'm sure we'll figure it out by tomorrow. We'll have the answers by tomorrow, fellas.
Yeah, that we will. Anyway, that's going to do it from us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be back here, same place, same time tomorrow to see who is going to be getting that final playoff spot, so you don't want to miss it.